Hello Aries, welcome to your full moon reading in Virgo, happening February 27th, at least in the northern hemisphere. I'm in the Midwest of the US, so I'm going by that time frame, and a bunch of cards already flipped, so we're going to go with that, because Spirit knows what it wants to do. Right? I think that's it. And then we'll see. I'm just going to pull everything, see if we can make some sense out of the story, see what the energies are, what the lessons may or may not be, whatever's coming to light for you. Also, the overall energy of the reading. I usually use the crystal spirits, but I was called to do, I just haven't used these energy cards in a long time, and they are really beautiful, and I like them, so I don't know why I haven't been using them. I guess I just get into my habits, and I too need to broaden my horizons and think outside the box and spread my wings and try new things, or revisit old things. You know, we want to break old patterns. All right, Spirit, what is the overall, energy to this reading? You got a bunch of cards that came out. Love that one. Love that one. Oh my God. Okay, so, I'm not going to get too involved in what's going on yet, but you've got the Sun, door to value, and attachment. So by looking at these three, my guess, just looking at these three, is that this is something to be released, this is something to be recognized, and here's your reward. Like I just said, I'm just guessing. We'll let the story unfold here with these other cards. This deck is the Shadowscapes Tarot. For some reason, I like to use this when it's a full moon, because when the moon is full, you get deep, long shadows, which, well, personally, it's my favorite time of day, the long shadow time of day. And you can see the card's empty, but it's beautiful illustrations. But I like the concept of the shadow and the light playing together, or juxtaposing each other. Wow, you're off to a good start here, for sure. You've got major arcana happening here. You've got Justice, Empress, and Strength. So this is your divine feminine. She's super nurturing, super strong, really smart, creative. This one is Strength. That's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, you can get through anything. And I think the Strength speaks to all types of strength. Emotional, spiritual, physical, and tenacity, and stick-to-itiveness, and the strength to stick to your guns despite what others might be telling you. I don't know why I had to say that, but it just came out. Six of Swords. I was going to finish with the Justice is the karma card, right? What you reap, you shall sow. That's in a nutshell. Six of Swords, this little being is exhausted and trusting that this bird creature is carrying her to where he or she needs to go. That it's strong enough, it's smart enough, it knows the directions to get there, and she's pooped. She can't do anymore. So she needs to just release. And so this is about surrender. So not trying to control things, which also speaks to attachment. You know, how this stuff plays together just always amazes me. King of Swords. Swords is the mental body. It's the intellect. It might be ideas. It might be just a style of thinking. It could be dogma. And he is the king. So he's... I'm going to look into this because I get the sense that he's stuck in his ways. I don't always have that sense with this card, but this card, I get the sense he's a little stuck in his ways. And I'm getting that these two together mean it's time for him to just let it go. Trust that this bird can carry you where you need to go. I think probably to the door of value so that the sun, you can get your reward, which I think is all this other stuff. Pretty amazing, isn't it? If you hear a little mini horse in the background, I have a cat who's a little wound up right now. She's new. I have only had her for a couple weeks. She's young. She's a teenager, so she's in that wild, explorative sort of mode. And yeah, they said, oh, she's so shy. She's had such a rough time. So I take her in out of protectiveness because I felt bad for her. And she's found her, I think she's found her home. She's feeling pretty comfortable. So that's what you're hearing. Let's see. So the Empress, I don't get a strong sense of timing for any of this. And let's see what the bottom of the deck is, if that sheds any light on anything. The Nine of Swords. Give me just a minute here and I will figure out what the message is here. But this is telling me a lot. And these seem to be corresponding. I mean, here, look at all this sun energy. All this sun energy. You've got a sun there, a sun here, a sun here, and you've got another lion. Oftentimes the sun is shown with a lion as well. And strength is often, well, strength is almost always shown with a lion. But also with, it's also like the Leo card and the Leo card. Both of them. There's no special order to these. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second, spend a moment here, and figure out what the message is, and I may ask for some clarification from the Light Seers deck. Okay, hang on a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that delay. Here is, I was pretty much on the right track. It's always about new beginnings, you know, sun, creativity. You've got creative energy with this, partnership with this, balance with this. Again, tenacity, strength. And also this was one to remind you to be patient, because strength is always also about patience and not jumping the gun and not overreacting and watching your temper, I guess, is a good way to say that. So don't jump the gun and overreact with something. You've got this Empress energy. She's super creative, super nurturing. It's about nature and harmony, bliss. This is just beautiful, beautiful energy. But this with the sun, and this with the sun, this is beginning something new, a creative start to some new exciting adventure. So I'm going to set these up here because these are what you're going to be rising toward. And justice goes with it. And justice, I think, is because it's in the middle. It's about balance. There's the duality. There's, again, what you reap, you shall sow. What you give, you get back. And that speaks also to the door to value. But the door to value is specifically about business and money. It's not about the esoteric values. And you can even see dollars here. I think it's American dollars. So we know that this designer was American. Yeah, door to value is business, finance, money, material wealth. Justice, good and evil, balance, harmony, finding equilibrium in some way. So these are the cards that are about, I think, this energy, this new sun energy. I'm going to put that over here because this is this beautiful, rich, creative, amazing beginning that you can have. Two of Cups is about a union of some sort or partnership. It can be romantic. It can be about business. It can be, and it can be, again, in this, it can go with this, or it can be something separate. I get the sense that it is part of this, and maybe it's not like a business partner, but maybe whatever's happening in your personal life, or vice versa. Maybe whatever's happening in your business life all of a sudden opens you up to love of another way. It releases some kind of, maybe something was holding you back. You know, you've got your head all focused on business. All of a sudden this stuff starts to take place and you can relax and wow, you notice this person who has interest in you that you wouldn't have noticed before because you were so focused on this other thing. Which brings me to this attachment card. And these cards, especially the Nine of Swords. The King of Swords, he's the king. You know, he's the master. He can do it all. But I think what this is telling you is to go ahead and master your fears and your doubts. And this is about this poor thing. She's exhausted, totally exhausted. Can't really do it anymore. So you release the fears, release the doubts, release the connection to the attachment to the outcome. Okay, so release the attachment to the outcome and be open to whatever might happen. And this is then what's possible. Because if you look at here, the next card down is the Star, which is about new beginnings too. So, you've got all sorts, and then, you know, justice. So you've got the balance here. And I think this might be, you know, maybe this is about you finally have, maybe this is romantic love and you've got the business. So you've got the two, your two loves. Like one of them is whatever you're doing for your career or business, and the other one is a personal thing. Maybe it's friendship, maybe it's partnership, maybe it's a romance. I don't know. But these are the things to kind of, I don't want to say squash them, but be mindful, I guess, of the Nine of Swords. This is the self-doubt, and perfectly capable. If he would quit looking at all these birds, he would not feel tethered by them. Yeah, he's so busy looking at what are all my problems, that he's not aware of his capability. He's kind of shooting himself in the foot. So that is the energy, I guess, to be aware of. Yes, she's wild right now. She's running about, and you can probably hear her. And again, this one is needing a rest. But again, trusting, I think you're still in motion. You're trusting that the outcome will be good for you, and that you have the ability to manage whatever it is that does land at your feet. Because this beginning, you've got all these beginnings here. Super creative, beautiful beginnings. The Six of Swords, and this attachment, just let it go a little bit. Don't try to control absolutely everything. You still have to do your work, so keep doing your step by step. You know, you're taking your steps forward, making motions towards the things you want. But do a little, and don't be so attached to the outcome. I think that's what this card is talking about. Because the results are going to maybe not be the things that you set out for. Maybe it's going to be something different. And maybe that's what this is coming. Maybe this is what's going to slip in there. And take you by surprise. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to call for any additional. It seems pretty clear to me that you have a beautiful creative beginning, a new beginning of some sort, that you're starting here. You've got some kind of partnership that is, and this is also a lasting one. Usually it's a lasting one. You've got karma working here, so I think I'm just going to go right ahead and ask for the additional advice. And so I'm going to leave the tarot out of it, and I'm going to go to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I have pre-shuffled these, but I always shuffle more and more. Spirit, can we please have a blessing or a piece of advice for Aries for this full moon? What is this full moon illuminating for them? What kind of opportunity it looks like? Spirit, please show me something here and now. Oops. Here and now. Okay, so this card popped out. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Which could be about this too. And it could be about this attachment. If you're living one day at a time, you're not focused on the outcome of the steps that you're taking. You're focused on the actual steps. Excellent advice. I'm not even going to go into further stuff on that. I will ask for a blessing, though, from the Goddess deck. I think this is Colette Baron-Reid also. I'm not sure. I get a lot of her decks. I like them. Spirit, please show me what blessing or advice you have for Aries for this full moon in Virgo. What advice or message do you have for Aries during this full moon in Virgo? What guidance for Virgo, or for, here we go. You got a couple of them that jumped out. 4 of them, looks like. Ocean is about generosity. Athena is knowledge, which goes with these guys. Don't doubt yourself, you have the knowledge. Transformation, this is about getting something new and creative, because maybe you didn't know you had something creative. And healing, I think that has to do with letting go of this self-doubt also. And Ocean is the one that came out first, so I'm going to read that one. It's Ocean, O-S-H-U-N, not ocean like a very large sea, not like the Pacific. 41. artwork on all these cards is exquisite. On all of them, not just all of them. So, and I'll show you most of them. It's about generosity. So I think it would be about the alignment. They have options here of what you could, it can be an empowerment message, but I think for you it's about alignment. So you may fall prey to fears about whether you will get what you need. So, oh yeah, that's what it is for you. So worry about money or love and begin withholding. You might find yourself being overly restrictive and beginning to hoard for that proverbial rainy day. Do you know? Oh, you cut off generous ocean's flow of potential when you allow yourself to be convinced there's not enough. The truth is, when you begin to be miserly with your time, affection, and gifts, you will see little in return. Justice, okay? As all you begin to notice is what isn't there. So that is the thing to watch out for. So in this moment, the goddess Ocean wants you wants to offer you this alignment task. You can't expect the great goddess to be generous with you if you show her you don't trust in the flow of her generosity. Now is the time to do the opposite of what you fear. When you feel there's not enough money, spend it to signal your trust in abundance. Okay, don't be foolish and unwise about these things. Like, don't go buy yourself a boat or a mansion when you don't have enough money for your rent. But it does mean if you don't think you can go out for that cup of coffee because you got to save every 15 cents, go have a latte and get a muffin with it. Or you're at the grocery store, get the good brand of whatever you like. Little stuff, just trust that, yeah, you got more coming. Don't be wasteful, because you still want to be respectful about money, but you want to demonstrate that you trust the flow, but don't be foolhardy. I lost my spot there because I got off on my soapbox. So when you feel there is not enough money, spend it to signal your trust in abundance. If you feel unloved, ask who you can love and where you can show you care. Even a kind gesture made to a stranger sends the sign that you trust in the generosity of the world. Don't wait to get what you want. Give it away to others, and you will be amazed at how things turn around. Goddess Ocean is only your best interest at heart. Could be as simple as opening the door for somebody as you're entering the same store or something like that. It changes the overall energy of you, because you feel good about doing it. They always like, oh, thanks, and all of a sudden things are cheerful. So there's your reading. You guys have a kind of been fascinated. And I always forget to do this, subscribe, hit like. And it's for Aries, any part of your sign. So sun, moon, rising. Usually those three are the most prominent. But it does look like if you're paying attention to the here and now, minding your P's and Q's and just moving forward without attachment to the outcome, whatever this new creative thing you're doing, embarking upon, and this door to value, that looks like it's going to be successful. Everything here indicates success. The only thing that might hold you back is your own sense of doubt. So I think that's where you release, and that's where this one comes in again. You have the knowledge. This one, being generous to everyone, and I think that too just changes is a shift in energy, so you stop doubting yourself as much. You've got everything here in your favor, every little bit of it. I'm going to show you these really quickly. Here's the Ocean. Athena, she's the knowledge. Shakti is the transformation, which is, of course, what this is about. That's what everything's been about this past year. Healing, which could be just letting go of the doubts. So And letting go of the doubts might be the thing, too, that makes room for this romance or whatever coming into this potential partnership. All right, you guys, that was really nice. I'm really happy for you. Have a great full moon. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to like, subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment. I do look at comments. There hasn't been a lot yet. I'm fairly new. My channel's pretty new. I haven't yet done Patreon or anything like that. I'm just getting familiar with the whole camera thing, which is why you see my cards and not me, because I am camera shy. So that's it. Have a great full moon. Enjoy it, and I hope these energies come to fruition for you. It feels like it's kind of like now and go. I think it's feeling, again, not a strong sense of time, but it feels current and like it will remain so for several weeks. So good luck with that, and yeah, please keep me posted if you can. Thanks. Bye.